तव कथामृतम् तप्तजीवनम् कविभिरीडितम् कल्मषापहम् श्रवणमङ्गलम् श्रीमदाततम् भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः। The Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna went on giving out the supreme truths our ancient sages had discovered and had broadcast to reach a very human heart. Always we see the reality, the absolute reality, the ultimate reality, the truth, which we all have to return back to sometime or other, our own source, our home, eternal home, to which we have to return. Its knowledge, the supreme knowledge, has to come from God alone. Even the spiritual teachers, gurus, are representatives of God who give us the message, but the message eternally flows from the absolute into the relative and reaches the every soul to make it reach the supreme goal. So here we see Sri Ramakrishna, the Lord Himself, giving out the secrets of the transcendental realm. Sir, M says, Sir, I like to think of God as formless. Master, very good. It is enough to have faith in either aspect, that is, either the with form or without form. You believe in God without form, that's quite all right. But never for a moment think that this alone is true and all else is false. Remember that God with form is just as true as God without form. But hold fast to your own conviction. This is a very important thing, especially those who have been prone to practice Advaita. In the spirit of Advaita, looking upon the whole world as Maya, and all forms are the products of Maya, we try to discard even the form of God. Here Sri Ramakrishna emphatically says here that God, remember that God with form is just as true as God without form. The formless aspect of God, the impersonal and the personal aspect. Suppose a devotee has seen God in his personal aspect as Rama or Krishna, or any aspect of any religion, then with form, if you have seen, he is seeing, he is witnessing, he is meeting, he is experiencing the impersonal absolute, the Brahman. Can a person who is getting the vision of Krishna, can he think that I have seen Brahman? Yes. Till we see God with form, we will not understand what is God without form. All this remains as the mental conceptions and lot of differences, all differences dissolve. If a genuine spiritual experience of any type is got by a person, the differences will dissolve. Even between the with form and without form will dissolve if you see either of them. If you see God with form, intimately mix with God through your heart's love, then the difference between the impersonal and personal dissolves. If you experience God without form as the absolute reality, pure consciousness, Shuddha Chaitanya, then also you will. Otherwise, there is little left over. You have transcended the nature, there is no doubt. Even after entering Nirvikalpa without Savikalpa, bypassing Savikalpa, if you enter into Nirvikalpa also, then also you will see that you are free from nature, you have no birth, rebirth, you are no, nature cannot bind you by in any way, yet an aspect of God is left over. As we see in the case of Totapuri Maharaj, the Guru of Sri Ramakrishna, who is struggling for 40 years at a stretch from early life, say about 10 or 11 years he begins his sadhana, and 40 years he struggles to attain that Nirvikalpa Samadhi, denying this world and their bodily existence, goes on contemplating on the divine and ultimately enters into Nirvikalpa Samadhi and experiences God without form. Yet he is totally free. Mukti is assured for him. But God with form, the taste of it here was missing. When he comes to Sri Ramakrishna, he gets the vision of Divine Mother, who had made all arrangements for him, who had opened the doors to perfection to enter into the Absolute and experience it. When he experiences her, his whole thing, he was Purna, he became Purna. There was nothing lacking, but another aspect of God he would have missed, by which there was no loss, neither there is gain, but to experience God in various ways and various aspects. Sri Ramakrishna says, why should I become one-sided? I will experience God in so many ways, as many ways as human existence has experienced God in various ways. As Krishna, as Rama, as Jesus Christ, as Allah, whatever is there in the universe, whoever has experienced God in any form, any Shiva, Vishnu, all these aspects, face to face, he experiences every wave in that ocean of Satchidananda. Then he says, yes, ocean is ocean, wave is wave, but wave cannot exist. If you have seen a wave, you have seen the ocean. If you have seen the ocean, you have seen the wave. Wave cannot exist without the ocean. And every wave, any wave you dive within, you will enter the same ocean. So this is an important thing we have to remember, especially in the modern times of Vedanta, the Advaitic Vedanta getting more and more spread, because man has acquired tremendous reasoning capacity by which he is losing faith. Reason cannot prove or disprove the existence of God, but it can destroy faith. That is what has happened. Now, slowly the religions which are standing on faith are shaking down. The only thing that reason can totally accept without any resistance is Advaitic truth. You exist, the existence is God. Whatever exists. Does God exist? Question does not come, as long as you explain God as existence itself. So, reasoning, to uphold the reasoning, only one philosophy of Advaita is independent of all religions, and Vivekananda separates it, disintegrates it, makes it independent experience by which no religion, he detaches even from the Hinduism, the Advaita, and without any religious touch, he presents it to the world. Take this, you want to reason out, reason and take it. Because this is a time of reason. Science is going ahead so much that every brain is working with reason. And this reason cannot be suppressed till the reason destroys its own existence. When it becomes poison to humanity, the reasoning capacities. When man starts destroying himself, then the reason, end of reason. Where reason ends, there faith begins. Where science ends, the religion begins. So this is what Sri Ramakrishna is presenting now, and we have to know that faith, love, hope in realization and the Advaitic experience got in Nirvikalpa, and the form by which we approach God, all the humans, because we have a form, I have a form, so I accept form. I have to see God in form, as long as I am form. When I deny my form, I can aspire for God without form. All dealings from getting up again to enter into the sleep, even after sleep in dream state, we move with forms, name and form. We never go beyond the name and form, even by mistake. We deal with name, form and guna, qualities, attributes. So within this is our range, and we cannot conceive anything beyond, because we are in the realm of time and space, the relative existence. So to go beyond is to go beyond our mind, to go beyond our bodily existence. It is possible when we turn inward and dive within and transcend one by one layers of our existence and reach the ultimate, the subjective ultimate. Then you will know what is the objective ultimate. So Sri Ramakrishna here makes this point very clear, that God without form is as much true as God with form. And God with form is as, both are identical. And he says, whom you call Brahman, I call Kali. That's all the difference. Name alone changes. Form and formless are one and the same. It is God with form, without form is also the same God, not some other God. So, but hold fast to your own conviction. The assertion that both are equally true amazed him. He had never learnt this from his books. Thus his ego received a third blow. See, any amount of intelligence, any amount of reasoning cannot stand before the truth, reality. Sri Ramakrishna is telling, and his ego is receiving a blow. Sri Ramakrishna is presenting the truth. And truth and spirituality, true spirituality is universally accepted. Any person, even a wicked person, bows down before true spirituality. Like that, the truth, the supreme knowledge has to be accepted. The acceptance comes but with a wonder. What is this? How can it be? Thus his ego received means the ego received a blow means he has accepted it. When Sri Ramakrishna says, but remember, God with form is as much true as God without form. His soul accepts this truth. Therefore he is telling, my ego received one more blow, the third blow. But since it was not yet completely crushed, he came forward to argue with the master a little more. See, we fail to go to the principles. We start floating in every field, in everywhere. We start floating on the surface. We don't go to depths and the what. See, a thing is there and we take only the words. Behind the words, there is now your prayer. You are praying to God. The God you are praying to is a projection on your mental screen. To that you are praying, and God has presented Himself in and through that image in your mental screen. And what is the content of your prayer? You are praising God. Prayer and praise. You are praising God. Stuti you are doing. Oh God, you are like that, you are like this. And then you, please help me. Give me realization. Reveal yourself to me. Or you help me in my worldly life. I am not able to manage my life. Some prayer you are doing. The prayer can be in any language. It can be a child praying in its own language. It can be Hindi, it can be Urdu, it can be English. Any language it can be. God doesn't see the language. He doesn't see the words also. He sees the content of the words. So we see the words and take the meaning. God doesn't take the meaning from the words. He sees what is the content of the words. What does it contain? What is the background? What is the intention? Now, if your prayer is weeping of your heart, that content is alone taken. If it is only mere words, it is empty. And what is the intention? What are you expecting ultimately in and through that prayer? So that prayer, the languages God has created for us to converse and exchange our thoughts. But as far as God is concerned, the words and languages are not of any use. He is Antaryamin. He is all-pervading. He knows, He is pervading your language also. He knows your intention. He knows your feelings. Unless your prayer is filled with the feelings, He takes only that feelings. If it can be words, now you are praying or chanting some sloka, Shuklam Bharadaram Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam. Words alone are there. It is empty. Pillow cover is there. Nothing inside. So words, language is extremely external. The words are extremely external, only surface. It contains something. To the maximum understanding of man, he goes to the meaning. Beyond, he doesn't go. He doesn't go to the heart. He doesn't go to the intentions. He doesn't go to the necessities of his. Is it going to be good for him or bad? He doesn't see. The future, the parinama, he doesn't see. God sees all this. This is called search within, inquiry into the reality. Now, music teacher is there, and today he was beginning ABCD of music. When I was 8th standard or so in 1960s, with my elder sister, I used to go to music class. She used to attend. I used to sit by side and hear. The same Sarigama Padanisa, Saptaka, the 12 Shrutis, same thing was. Decades I have heard. Decades I have heard. Now also I was sitting at his feet as a child and listening, because I could not understand what it means. With all my, I've tried almost all instruments, heard it thousands of times. I have not understood what is Saragama Padanisa. Because the Divine Mother has to open the screen behind the content. What is the content? What is the intention? It is Saraswati coming in the form of Sarigama. It is nature presenting in the, it is God presenting. Where is my views? So, till that is penetrated into, till that is revealed, our, what is that singer? Bhimsen Joshi. He was on the deathbed. The Patrakartas, what do you call? News agents, news reporters, media, Patrakara. They went and asked him, what was your achievement in music? His answer was, with blank eyes, he looked at them and said, I could not even find Sir in my life. Whole life I spent, but Sir I could not find out. Look at the thing. Means we are not going to the principles, we are not going to the reality, we are not going to the ultimate reality, how it has manifested in that form. How is it going to take me to the beyond? Years, Sri Ramakrishna used to say, as long as I am alive, so long I live. Learn. As long as I live, so long I learn. To sit at the feet of a learned person, I feel I am dust at his feet. I don't know anything. The same I don't know and question mark is continuing now also. So a day will open. We can enter into it. Yes, I know Sarigamapadanisa. It means this. So till then, one teacher was there in Arambagam, no, what is it? No, Arambag, in Calcutta, near Calcutta, Arambag. Near Kamarpukur. One of our accountants of Kamarpukur Mutt, he was going to his teacher. From 20 years he is learning music. I thought no subject matter is there in the world. Even medical, 5 years course after 12th. From 20 years, what is he studying? I asked him, there is no course in any university which runs through 2 decades. What is this? He said, you come and, I can't explain to you, you come and talk to my teacher. So, out of curiosity, not out of ego, to test him or check him, I went there to see what exactly is. Then the way in which he, like an humble, like Hanuman in front of Rama, that Ustad, who is honored by thousands of people, seeing this Gherwa cloth, he got up and came running at old age, in his 80s, and sat at my feet like a small child. What service can I do for you? He is running about here and there, trying to get some sweets and this one milk for me. He comes there from Calcutta every week and stays there for 2 days and teaches. Then he told, I teach these children, I tell them, they are all experts. They are all, any raga, they can sing beautifully. I myself am not able to. They have exceeded me, they have superseded me. But I tell them, the day you sing and Krishna stands before you, listening to you, your music is over. The day you are playing tabla and Nataraja comes and dances in front of you, your education is complete. So this is Indian culture. This is Bharatiya Samskriti, by which anything you touch, anything you hold, you will go to the end to reach the divine in and through that. Anything, even a service, even a scavenger's work, or as a king of the huge nation, the ultimate goal is realization of God. In and through his duties of life, in and through all things, he has to. That much of sacrifice, that much of the means humility to the extent. There was one Swami in our order in those days, before our joining. He used to jump the compound of the monastery at night and go to a teacher to learn music. He was caught and punished, this, that, so much, but he used to catch the feet of the in charge Swamis and pray, request, please hello, please hello. I am not going for enjoyments. I am not, allow me to. The way in which the deenata with which they go and approach, the apamana to face, they don't mind. That is the Vidyarthi means it's an entirely different nature. It is Vidya. And without extreme humility and all sacrificing soul, Vidya doesn't come. So, this is the M is being washed of all these dirts, that he is still sitting in front of Thakur and talking. He will come to absolute humility, never to argue anymore, just to obey, just to fulfill the will of the Master. Your will be done, your will be done. I have no will, I have surrendered. So this alone leads him towards the reality on one side. Another side, he becomes the instrument in the hand of God, for God to work in and through him. So Thakur is doing thorough cleaning, one way to give him Vidya, one way to make his Dharma Samsthapana Karya to put in motion. We'll see tomorrow. Om Niranjanam Nityamanantarupam Bhaktanukampa Dhritavigraham Vai Ishavataram Parameshamidhyam Tam Ramakrishnam Shirasa Namamaha.